see there's an ocean vessel inside, the second American Lock ahead of us. This is the Federal Ohio. She is on her way to Montreal. She's 656 feet long and 78 feet wide. The large building with the glass tower ahead of us is the administrative building for the American Locks. It was built in 1896. Now the chief lockmaster works in that building's tower to dispatch vessels to the various locks. From that tower, the lockmaster has an excellent view of the St. Mary's River. All ships passing through the locks must report the amount of cargo and number of passengers on board. Now our captain has filled out this form with the number of passengers we have on board to be recorded. And at the end of each navigation season, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has a complete record of the number of passengers and the amount of cargo that goes to the locks. Now the lower gates of the MacArthur Lock are opening. Once those gates are open all the way, the safety boom will have to be raised. Now you will get a better view of the safety boom as we enter that lock. There's a large steel cable on the underside of that boom that protects the gates of the lock when they are closed. Booms are normally lowered, and the steel cable is then locked into place. Now, if a vessel were to get out of control, the cable would then slow that vessel down and keep it from ramming the gates. The cables on the safety booms have saved the gates on several occasions. Now, on the side of the third floor locks, the new post-size lock is being constructed. The $3.2 billion Senate-approved lock is in the process of being built and will bring an estimated 15,000 workers to this area. Michigan committed $52 million for this new lock project, and this project is expected to... Now, Michigan committed $52 million for this new lock project. This project is expected to take anywhere between 7 to 10 years, and the new lock would near the dimensions of the Poe. Phase 1 of the new lock project began in May 2020, and it was a $32 million contract to dredge the Upper Canal. For the vessels up to date to use the new lock, they must deepen the upper approaches to that old and fourth lock. A company called Trade West from Mesquite, Nevada was awarded that contract, and they deepened the approach by 6 to 8 feet, breaking into the sandstone bedrock. Phase 1 was completed in June of 2022. Phase 2 contract for the new lock has been awarded to both Cozy from Westerville, Ohio, and Albert Sheet from Southfield, Michigan. This contract consists of $160 million in funding to stabilize the existing approach walls, allowing vessels to tie up and wait their turn to walk downbound through the new lock. Now this phase began in 2021 and set to be completed by the summer of 2024. Phase 3 is the construction of the new lock chamber and will include rehabilitating the downstream approach walls. And on July 1st of 2022, a $1.1 billion contract was awarded to Coasting Alvarez trailer. A joint venture headquartered in Westerville, Ohio. We're going to come alongside our sister ship, the Bide-A-Wee, to deliver this boat. So watch right here, the front.
We will be using our water lines to apply a cable lock wall. We would like our passengers to remain seated. We are going to return a salute. Hi Sheila, hi Norris. Hi Gus. Okay. While we get straight to the lock wall, we would like everyone to stay seated and to stay behind the yellow painted areas around the morning line, specifically on the left side of the upper deck while we are in the lock.
I wonder if they ever locked the beach too. You know, they're already getting pretty close.
That green light ahead of us gives us permission to enter the lock. As we enter this lock, you will notice there are 3 sets of gates. At the first set, are the low gray set, they are the winter gates, which protect the lock from ice. The other 2 sets are the main gates, and either set can be used. Now we are about to enter the first American lock, and the captain does ask that everyone please remain seated until we are safely secured to the lock wall. When we are secured, we'll let you know, and then you are safe to move around the boat. We do ask that you stay behind those yellow painted areas around the mooring lines on the left side of the upper deck.
That's a pretty fountain there. I watched park before. This is where you go up there.
If you look behind us, you can see that the gates are now closing. The water on the other side
are starting to close. Now the water on the other side of the gates ahead of us is about 3 feet from the top of the
higher
gate.
than the water we are on now.
21 feet higher than the water we are
During the
now
lower water in the
on.
lock,
Now to raise below the water, lots of large tunnels in each
the
locker
tunnels
use.
extend beyond the gates
The
at
tunnels
both
extend
ends,
beyond the gates
and
at
there are
both ends, and there are
valves
valves at each end of the tunnels. Now to
to raise
raise us from the Lake Huron level to the Lake Superior level, the valves beyond the gates ahead of us will be open, and the higher water ahead of us will flow through the tunnels under the lock walls and through large openings in the floor of the lock. They will close the emptying valve inside the tunnels behind us so that the Lake Superior water can go off under the gates ahead of us and not escape under the gates behind us. Now you won't be able to see water circles forming on the surface of the water, which is formed by the water entering the large openings in the floor of the lock. Now this lock can be filled with water in about 8 to 10 minutes, and the full water into the lock is all by gravity. No pumps are needed.
The flow of water into the lock is all by gravity. No pumps are needed. In a few minutes, you will be able to look over the top of these lock walls and wave out at the people on the observation deck. When the water inside the lock reaches the level of the water on the other side of the gates ahead of us, the gates will be open and we can continue our tour.
Where the second American lock is today. The state of Michigan built the first lock in 1855. It was named the Harvey Lock after Charles D. Harvey, who was the superintendent of the construction of the lock. The first ship to go through the state lock was the passenger ship Illinois on an Upbound lockage. The sailing vessel Columbia carried the first cargo of 132 tons of iron ore downbound to the lock. In the year 1881, the Wetzel Lock was opened. The Wetzel Lock is located with the first American lock is today. At the outbreak of World War II in 1942, the Wetzel Lock was removed, and in a record time of 15 months under blackout conditions, the first cargo lock was built and opened in 1943. This lock was built to be fast, due to the pressing demand for raw materials. 85% of the iron ore used to build the ship's sinking guns came through the Soo Locks during the war. In 1881, the U.S. federal government took over the operation of the Soo Locks. Colonel Melinda Ann supervised the removal of the state lock and the construction of the original boat. It was used from 1896 to 1961. The present second American lock replaces the lock in 1969. Now that third American lock is the database of the fourth American lock is the safe, and these are the locks under construction to be a new post-size lock. The Soo Locks are important to our nation's economy. Ships of today can carry over 70,000 tons of cargo with a single load.
Tanks and guns came to the Soo Locks during the war. In 1881, the U.S. federal government took over operation of the Soo Locks. Colonel Melinda N. Poe supervised removal of the state lock and construction of the original Poe lock. It was used from 1896 to 1961. The present second American lock replaced this lock and opened in 1969. It was also named the Poe. The third American lock is named the Davis. The fourth American lock is named the Sabin. These locks are decommissioned and are currently being replaced with a new Poe-sized lock. The new lock is a $3.2 billion Senate-approved lock, which is in the process of being built and will bring an estimated 15,000 workers to the area. Michigan committed $52 million for this new lock project, which is expected to take anywhere between 7 to 10 years and will mirror the dimensions of the Poe. It's not expected to be completed until 2030. Phase 1 of the new lock project began in May of 2020 and was a $32 million contract to dredge the Upper Canal. For the vessels up to date to use the new lock, they had to deepen the upper approaches in the old third and fourth locks. A company called Trade West from Bide-A-Wee was awarded the contract, and they worked to deepen the approach by 6 to 8 feet, breaking into the sandstone bedrock. Phase 1 was completed in June of 2022. Phase 2 contract for the new lock has been awarded to both the coasting from Westerville, Ohio, and Alberici from South Ste, Michigan. This This contract consists of $160 million in funding to stabilize the existing approach walls, allowing vessels to tie up and wait to turn to line downbound through the new lock. This phase began in 2021 and is said to be completed by this past summer. Phase 3 is the construction of the new lock chamber.
And now we're almost to the top already, which is crazy. Kind of puts it in perspective. It's like, oh my gosh.
A $1.1 billion contract was awarded to proposing the Alberici trailer, a joint venture headquartered in Westerville, Ohio. The major work to be accomplished will be located at the Soo Locks hydroelectric plant spillways. This is a 2-year project with $400 million of the budget being spent. The area to the south of the hydro plant needs a complete update for the increase in accessibility and the relocation of the power lines. The area will also be set up to accommodate materials used for the constructions of the new lock base and walls. Phase 3 is said to take 7 years to complete and will be completed by about 2030. There is continued funding valued at $804 million to be awarded over the next 3 years. American locks are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from March 25th to January 15th. At the close of the navigation season, the locks are drained, inspected for damage, repaired, and left dry until spring. When the new navigation season begins, there can be up to 5 feet of ice on the St. Mary's River and large portions of Lake Superior. In many places on Lake Superior, the ice can get over 20 feet thick. The United States Coast Guard sends the icebreaker Mackinac and smaller icebreaking tugs like the Katmai Bay to break the path through the ice all the way across Lake Superior so the ships can cross the lake. The freighters are convoyed through the ice fields by the icebreakers. Other icebreaking vessels that are used include the U.S. Coast Guard icebreaking tug Biscayne Bay, icebreaking cutter Spar, the Canadian icebreaker Samuel Risley, and the medium Arctic icebreaker Dear Madison. The United States and Canadian Coast Guard will spend many hours freeing ships when they are trapped in the ice, known as Operation Kraken.
Not even see the top of that freighter.
I know. Look at power down to Lake This was
Scared, like, okay, which last name did he give at the bottom?
Ahead of us, the gates are opening. We've been raised up to 21 feet to the level of Lake Superior. Lake Superior is still 16 miles ahead of us. We will not see Lake Superior today. But ahead of us is the International Highway Bridge, which opened to traffic in 1962, replacing the ferry service that operated below the locks. This bridge is the only international crossing between Port Huron, Michigan and Sarnia, Ontario, 350 miles to the south and the Ontario-Minnesota border, 580 miles to the west. It took 2 years to build, is almost 3 miles long, and clearance from the bottom of the bridge to the surface of the water is about 137 feet. And the flags that you can see on the lock wall to the right represent the Great Lakes shipping companies that use the lock.
And then over that way a little bit. Now you can see all the way down the river. Like just right here.
See all the way down.
Yeah, because we're up high now. Now you can see all the way down the river. I told her now you can see all the way down the river. I told her to lean like this.
Got all the roll cottage and the porta potty.
Yeah, probably. It's kind of hard to keep it. Walk.
A friend of mine works construction people and I use those. Oh, they're nasty. He says, I want down the street to business users.
That's how it was.
Well, they don't clean them out till like 2 weeks after the city. They bake in the sun.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be another short class on the whistle. Bow around.
Paying attention. Oh.
I've been known to shoot my own whistle.
Well, it is like it was
Yeah. Maybe he did.
Ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, just give me a heads up here. There'll be one sound of the whistle here. It's quite loud, so you might want to cover your ears here.
Roger.
Hiawatha has just departed the pier over there. The Hiawatha over to the side so you can look down inside the pool and see the ocean vessel exiting that lock.
got, I don't think he's gonna get back. And she's waiting for you. I have to grab a hot.
Downbound. to enter the MacArthur Lock. Once again, the captain does ask that everyone please take a seat and remain seated until we are safely secured to this lock wall. This time we'll be using those mooring lines around the right side of the upper deck. We do ask our passengers to please stay behind those yellow painted areas.
A whole bunch already went home, but
David
must.
Dawn, was it? It's back up in lunch box.
Or whatever they're doing. The same people are still sitting on it.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are secured to the wall. Thunder test. I'm sorry, but this won't be uplifting. It's kind of a little bit wet down. I have a quarter. You want it?
Throw some chips down. I'll wait for a quarter. If I ate everything, it was already in the boat.
Now, normally we
Expect
would
it to be
kind
a
of
lot of
about
hungry.
but since our trip is a little bit abnormal today, we're seeing snowbirds. I'll probably just tell you a little bit about the lock, the Canadian lock. Now,
Yeah, that was a little rough.
the Canadian lock is a National Historic Site in Canada.
That one's not as
The original Canadian lock was built in 1895.
That Ohio one.
When it was constructed, it was the longest lock in the world and the first lock to use electrical power in its operation. The original Canadian lock was 900 feet long and 60 feet wide. In July of 1987, a 200-foot section of the lock wall broke loose and shifted 4 inches. The lock was then closed for 11 years. In 1997, the city of Sault Ste. Ontario worked with the province of Ontario and the Canadian government to have the lock rebuilt. They built the new lock within the existing walls of the old historic lock. On July 14, 1998, the new Canadian lock was opened. It is 228 feet long and 49 feet wide. The lock is operated by the City Parks Department and is used by tugboats, tourboats, and pleasure craft, including sailboats, canoes, kayaks, and jet skis. The Canadian lock process uses 1.5 million gallons of water, as opposed to the 10 million gallons in the MacArthur Lock and the 22 million gallons in the full lock American side. other than that, I have pretty much given you everything that I can without us actually seeing the Canadian lock. So if you have any questions, and I mean any kinds of questions, like maybe where you want to eat dinner, or stuff to do in the area, or more questions about the locks, you just let me or any of the other 2 members of the crew, Joe or Mackenzie, know. And we'll be happy to answer them.
And now we're going to do the opposite of what we did. We are in here now. The gates behind us are closed. The safety loop has been lowered. They are closing the filling valves behind us, and they're going to open the emptying valves in front of us. The water will do the opposite. They will go through the locked floor, back through those tunnels, and out the valves, and we will be lowered the 21 feet back to the level of Lake Huron.
But then they do this all the time, Mary. Okay, what's your down there? You roll it down.
How many times have we seen it this week? I know, I could have done a boat.
It is pretty funny.
Going down in a hole.
Yeah. It wouldn't tip us over what to do with this thing. I
I know. I know sometimes it's hard to talk because it's just like, you're so fast. I did a couple of videos, like, oh, I got to see this one. They put down that watch and open the gate. Now look at that grader. Part of it's coming in now, we're so low, but I don't know how much in front of it is, but that's how slow it is.
We are officially back on the Lake Huron level. The gates ahead of us are opening and that's
Hey, we got to do the gates are starting to open. feet.
That safety boom is all the way up, we will be free to go. As a reminder, the captain will sound a short blast of the whistle when you're ready to cast up our last mooring line, and it will echo particularly loud in the lock because we're basically in an echo chamber. But don't worry, we'll give you a heads up before that happens. Before we head back to the dock, we will be showing you some of the stuff that we missed on the Canadian side of the Flow River. We won't be super close to that shoreline because we do need to get back, but we will point out some things as we go along.